leading and lifting people from point A to point B. The question, so what are your points? It's not the points of the sum of the game or the money, it's the points. So what's your point A? Where is it coming from? And where do you want to lead and lift people to? That's a challenge for leadership. Are successful people also leaders, Peter? Not all. Successful people have discovered what they are good at. Successful people position themselves well. A successful leader, you discover what other people are good at. It's not you anymore. So, even in school, we see who has the potential. O kahit medyo pasaway, di ba? So, kahit late lagi or absent. But you know, they've got potential. Kaya, papaluin mo lang ng konti and igigiya mo lang. So, successful leaders will discover what other people are good at, and successful leaders will position other people well.
All right, so today, even though it's a holiday, lots of learning, and let me introduce our speaker for today, our most beloved, Dean Pax Lapid.
Good morning! Thank you, Peter. Thank you, guys. Didn't realize it was a hot. Sabi ko, luwag-luwag, ano? So, one of the blessings I had, so, I wake up at 3:30. Yeah, so 3:30 and prayer time until 5. And of course, one of the great blessings, I'd like to thank Annie. Annie, welcome us back here in Happy Garden. Thank you, my dear Annie. So we've been here for tagal-tagal na, no? So pre-pandemic pa with Shirley. Pati si Paul, dati na rin si Paul, di ba? So they're family of Power Morning, Happy Garden. Of course, I'll admit medyo para bang we've been, so after the pandemic and then coming back, so we tried Ascot. Of course, Ascot was nice. We tried the BGC. Even prior to Ascot, we were in Balisin restaurant. And then the latest for about 2 or 3 times we were in Rockwell in Chef Jesse. But nothing beats Happy Garden, Annie. So I promise, sabi ko to the Power Morning Council, by hook or by crook, we'll get back to Happy Garden. And Annie's been gracious to allow us extended parking in the cyber zone. Yeah, so the challenge after the pandemic, even yun din ang problema sa mga physical mass or even our fees, still trying to build up. So Power Morning, so would continue to sustain this even during the pandemic online. I love the online kasi nag-combine Makati, Ortigas, even Santa Rosa all together. So that was a surprise crowd online, but I really hope that they do the physical, just like we're back in the physical mass on Sundays. So today, out of the blue, after servicing the feast Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, feastbook.ph. So the Filipino-Chinese partner of Big Bad Wolf is a mentee, and she asked me and George Winnicky to help her organize the side activities in the International Book Fair. Of course, automatic sa akin, none other than Shepherd's Publication or feastbooks.ph, and sabi nila, we were the first Filipino best-selling authors to be invited in Big Bad Wolf for free, diba? So again, advocacy. So this one is ministry. MINISTRY. That's a challenge of ministry. When you're asked for ministry or to be involved in ministry, the first letters in ministry that you will do is TRY, try. Yeah. So, when you try and makulit yung nag-iimbita, like ako, makulit. So, first-timers, of course, Teng is my guest. Teng, please tell me where you come from.
Good morning, everyone. I came from Del Monte, Philippines for 12 years, and then prior to that, 20 years with Johnson & Johnson. So I retired from Del Monte end of August last year. But I remembered and I kept in mind Dean Pax. Remember, you had a retiring workshop when I ended my 20 years in J&J. I attended that. No, and the phrase I remember retiring is retiring is from doing to being. So at this point, parang I am at that stage, no? Parang I have to figure out what my being will be. Kaya providential na Dean Pax sent a message to me 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Our morning segment is all about dreaming. And I said, that was an inspiring thing, Dean Pax. Paano ba maka-attend dyan sa Power Mornings? So Dean Pax said, sige, you and Cecil are invited. So yun, so that's why I'm here. So thank you very much, Dean Pax, and thank you.
At saka, when Teng was still in Del Monte, I get the best and the sweetest pineapple. Oo. Kaya sinusuklian ko lang yung kabaitan nila. Of course, Cecil very active also in the feast. And then, your son's also a first-timer. Yeah. Name.
Good morning, I'm Ian Todinho. I'm a first-timer in Par Mornings, but I'm a long-time feaster already. So, actually, I'm a fan of you, brother. Feast Bay area before. Yeah, then, well, I'm to a family business. Then I also help out my dad in real estate. So, it's true in that I know about this Power Morning session. So, I'm so blessed to be here the first time. Thank you.
Thank you. Of course, we're all first-timers again in Happy Garden. So, Ani promise is a promise. So, kita mo naman, pag Dean Pax ang kausap, di ba? So, our topic, so actually, Randy, so after serving Facebooks.ph over 3 talks, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thursday was just solo with me, and my topic, how do you write a bestseller? So the acronym WRITE. So you can just check that in the video of Facebooks. The Saturday was me and Brother Bo. Our topic was our book of Be Happy, Healthy, Wealthy Today, Bagay Kiteng, and all the other retirees. Actually, it's for everybody. And of course, Sunday is Business for You. So it was the trio of George Winnicky, myself, and Pauli Tibig, and when we promoted each other's books. So, levels of leadership. Sabi ko kay Randy, salbay si Randy. Randy said, kung ano lang yung talkbo na meron ka. No, sabi ko, that's Power Morning. I'll create something new for Power Morning that's maybe, kaya nga doon sa book ko, the WRITE, the W, if it's worth reading, it's worth buying, kailangan may wow factor ka. Then the R has to be recent, relevant, and reigning. Reigning meaning, been there, done that, or you're in authority to talk about what you're presenting. So today, levels of leadership, I guess, Dean Leia, the good and the bad dean. I'm the bad dean. She's the good dean. So the good and the bad cap. So Entrepreneur School of Asia. So I was dean for entrepreneurship. Leia was dean for business admin, right? So we were both leaders in the academe. I've been leader also, kami ni Teng in the corporate world. So today everybody's a leader for family. And sabi nila in Power Morning, I'm one of the founding leaders. So I'd rather say I'm one of the founding nag-aabala, which means I really take time and committed to share with you time, talent, and treasure in Power Morning, whether holiday or not, raining or not. So, levels of leadership. Kanina pa tumatakbo ito. Okay? Hindi pa ba napapagod? So, may sound na tayo. So, I was inspired levels of leadership, and I always like the music and parang the melody of Chariots of Fire.
Word that. Hold on.
Kanina pa tumatakbo, napagod. So that's the Chariots of Fire. So I think pakinggan ng konti. The circa was the 1920s, the Olympic Games. Two English runners. One is Jewish, the other one is a devout Catholic. And through the journey, they led the athletic team into victory during that Olympic game. So what's the bottom line? Why Chariots of Fire? It's always moving forward as a team. And that's how I would start our Power Morning levels of leadership. Is always moving forward as a team. So, you'll probably realize that a lot of our athletic games are solo. So, that's okay. When you run alone, you can move fast. Those are the 100-meter dash. But when you run with others, you can go far. Alone, it's fast. Whether it's business, you want career, you want academics, and so on. Solo ka, okay lang. I mean, everybody probably is successful doing that. The real challenge, that's why I want to do the levels of leadership, is you have to run with others to move far. Bago yun, Peter, ano? Bago, Peter. Okay. So what is leadership? In my own terminology, in my own meaning, I am so famous for doing the dictionary, but my own definition of leadership is lifting and leading people. You lift and then you lead. So, it's not just you lead. So, nawawala yung lift, which means it's really all about people development. Lifting and leading people. To where? You ask a question. I live and I lead. To where? Where do you lead your people? Where do you lead the members of Power Morning? Where do you lead the employees of IT SPAC? So, to where? From point A to point B. Parang sabi nila, din parang puyat ka pa yata or tulog ka pa yata nung kinukuha yung definition. All your definitions now are out of the dictionary. So, leading and lifting people from point A to point B. The question, so what are your points? It's not the points of the sum of the game or the money, it's the points. So what's your point A? Where is it coming from? And where do you want to lead and lift people to? That's a challenge for leadership. So, deep thinking, deep meditation, point A to point B, and then what are your points? So there are only 2 points that I'd like to share here this morning. But before I do that, question. Let's ask Peter. Are successful people also leaders? Peter. Not all. Para bang may hint na siya. Are successful people also leaders? Tama siya, not all. Let's define successful people and leaders. So medyo maputi. Let me just read here. So, successful people have discovered what they are good at. You have to discover, you have to develop, and you have to deliver. Discover, develop, deliver, so you're successful. They have find a niche and they stay and work on that sweet spot. Successful people position themselves well. So, what's a successful leader? A successful leader, you discover what other people are good at. Is that you anymore? So, even in school, we see who has the potential. Kahit tamad magbasa, di ba, Leia, di ba? O kahit medyo pasaway, di ba? So, kahit late lagi or absent. But you know, they've got potential. Kaya, papaluin mo lang ng konti and igigiya mo lang. So, successful leaders will discover what other people are good at, and successful leaders will position other people well. Success, you position yourself well. You find your sweet spot. In the case of leader, you find the sweet spot of your people. And then you position them well. So, that's the definition. So, success is me. Leading is we. Binaliktad ko lang yung M into W. Ang dali, diba? Me to we. But to do that, understanding, one is positioning your own, the other one is others. So, first point, kaya meron yan eh. So, what are your points? Successful people grow because of their what? I'm probably successful because of the knowledge, my experience, Shell, IT, built a company, my master's degree in AIM and even my PhD positions myself as most sought after author or speaker. So that's the what. But for you to be a leader, successful leaders make you grow because of their why. If you now understand and ask questioning, bakit nga ba? So what's my why? What's my purpose? Then you're now evolving from a successful person into a successful leader. So the leader is a PowerPoint. Not the presentation. It's a PowerPoint. That's the first point. That's why I asked you, so what are your points? The first is a PowerPoint. You're the influence. You're the mover. You're the prime mover. You're the catalyst. That's why PowerPoint. Bago. I just saw this. I subscribe to McKinsey. For you to be a PowerPoint, you need to discover your purpose. Totally different session tayo on finding the purpose. I just got a book from Harvard, kapal-kapal, so I'm just half of it because I keep going back. So, tama yung sabi ni Teng, being on purpose, di ba? Answered prayer na. O, uwi na, Teng. Uwi na. See? Being, so which means, wow, congratulations. Being on purpose. Look at the tail end of the power of purpose. What I am in service of and how do I wish to contribute. And that's the leader. That's the leader. So When I'm most alive, so I'm most alive when I'm teaching, mentoring, tormentoring, being with my apo. The next half of that thing, how do I serve? One is being alive. That's you. You're what? The other one, the other half, is always, how do I serve? Sayang yung a lot of those with potential. Me, 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 me. So, babalik rin mo yung M, gagawin mong we. Right? Pwedeng pang platinum or pang diamond itong lecture na ito. Next point, the leader is. Diba? When a leader will bring people from A to B, and that he or she is very clear of what point B is, the leader is the visionary. How can you live and lead if you don't know where you wanna go to? It cannot be all directions. There should be a focus on a direction, whether it's a family, it's the company, it's the ministry, or here in Power Morning. So, first is, point is a power point. The other one is the vision point, or you're the visionary. And if people around you know your point B or the vision, then they will help you make it happen because they respect you as one of their leaders. So happen. Only three kinds of people. Those who wait for things to happen, those who wondered what happened, and those who make things happen. Dead man, ha? Nangyari na, $57 na dollar. Nangyari. Diba? Ha? Inflation. Oh. Diba? Hard landing China. So, what happened? Parang you wondered what happened. So, wait for things to happen. Hindi magkaka-recession. Wondered what happened or those makes it. So, magre-recession. So, how do you prepare? How do you prepare? So, you make things happen. Okay? So, remember. So, the points. So, PowerPoint. So, leaders act on the vision. Then I want know how to transition. And of course, always humble in recognition. The 2 points as a leader, PowerPoint, visionary. You act on the vision, know how to transition, and then always humble in recognition. And I have the M's. So, from the me, I said, okay, let's do the M's from the me to make it the we. So, mark. So, you mark the task that you're charged with or the mission. Then you monitor that mission. Once you monitor, you manage. And then when you manage, you multiply. So, you mark, you monitor. So, then you now manage and then you multiply. Not from marking the vision, immediately multiply. It doesn't happen that way. You have to first mark the mission, then you have to constantly monitor, and then you do the tweaks. So, and that's where you manage some tiny, teeny problems before it becomes big. And then eventually, that mission multiplies, whether career, business, family life, or financial life. I will now take you, so that's my first half. The second half is all about John Maxwell. The 5 levels of leadership na nabili ko sa Big Bad Wolf. So, and I have copied levels 1 and 2 for some checklist. So, I have 1, 2, 3. Oh, magaling talaga yung anghel na bumubulong sa akin. So, I have about 12 pieces of that. So, that whole book, I'll summarize in about maybe 10, 15 minutes. Diba? Yeah. So, please welcome, si Hi! I would like to welcome Jackie, yeah? Tolentino. Very active in Fish Bay area. Right? So, ito, malayo pa, kilala. So, been wanting to meet Jackie. Our dream is maybe to have a power morning in the Fish Bay area. She's also the owner of Dr. Wine here in Poblacion, right? We've been there. I like the top floor. And you also have it in BGC. So you've been to BGC. Ayan. So the owner, Annie. And then of course, Annie is the owner of Bisu. Ayan, both the restaurant there. So, leadership is not a noun. It's a verb. It is a verb. Why? Because it needs action. It needs movement. A lot of the highfalutin lectures and things, leadership, they think it's a noun. It is a verb. I did not say that. John Maxwell said that. So so you go to the only things that I bought for myself in Big Bad Wolf for the John Maxwell, a bit of the exercise. Kaya I was interested, Annie, in Tai Chi because I bought the book of Tai Chi. I saw Tai Chi there. And then everything else was Montessori kit for my 3 apo. I spent about almost 1, 3, and I spent almost 7,500, diba? So, for 2 days. So, it is action. It is not a noun. Leadership, according to the book, happens in levels. Happens in several. For you to go deep dive into leadership, there are 5 levels of leadership. Before I get you to that, so sinamarize ko na my own insights to the leadership levels. The higher you go, the longer it takes for you to mature in a certain level. Level 1 should be easy. But when you're now into level 4, it takes much longer. The higher your stage in the level of level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, the more commitment becomes deep. The greater is the growth at higher levels when you're able to lead. So, there's a ladder. And the ladder is cumulative. Hindi step 1. So, step 1, you're now into step 3. Then it's already step 1, 2, and 3. You never leave the completed level below. You always carry that level with you as you go higher and higher into the leadership level. And of course, lastly, my insight, you must work to carry others along the steps, not step on them. You kaya live and lead. So, mas mabigat. Kasi, lalo kung, di ba, ang bigat mo naman bit-bitin, di ba? Ang bigat, ang hirap naman. Para bang heavy, di ba? So, and then, because if you don't do that, you've heard that many times, it's very lonely at the top. Kasi, hindi mo binitbit the others as you were growing into your leadership level. Let's now go to John Maxwell. So you don't need to buy the book. The ladders of leadership. Sinimplify. Ganun talaga si Dean Pax. So, over the weekend ko lang binasa ito. Sinamarize ko na. So I was just doing that. Didn't know where I will use. I thought, kailan ba platinum natin? August pa. No, we have July. No, I'm not the speaker. It's Charo Santos, right? So everybody will be having a picture mesmerized with the prettiest owner of ABS-CBN. So hindi naiintindi yung lecture. Kaya hindi ako magle-lecture during that time. So August pa. I thought I was preparing for a session in August for platinum. So, I do that in Crown Plaza tayo, di ba? So, that is so Max. So I was preparing that, not knowing pala that I'll do it for you. Di ba? Parang talagang may bumulong doing for me. So, ladders of leadership. Level 1. Di ba? Does position make you a leader? So, I was just playing golf with the two bankero last Friday in one is Senior Vice President, Chief Representative of DBS, Development Bank of Singapore. So, and the other one is he's the President and CEO of a thrift bank where 60% owned by Sri Lankans, all in Tanawan. So kwento-kwento, and both of them were telling me, Dean, our foreign partners have the challenge of convincing the local managers to follow the direction of the principal. We've already brought in the president, the first representative. So, that's why it dawned on me, does position make you a leader? Para bang, ako padre pamilya, pero ang nasusunod si madre, si Big Mama. Di ba? Position, padre de pamilya. Ang nasusunod, para walang away, walang gera. Masunod si Mrs., di ba? Masunod si Tita. So, does it make you a leader? Position level 1 is all about rights. Your business card, your office environment, your hierarchy in the organizational chart. You were given a right by the company or by the owners to be in that position. Position level 2, just for you to understand, is all about relationship. The hardest part for a leader to make people believe and probably follow you is in CSR or even in ministry. There's no money, there's no performance bonus if you're in CSR and even in ministry. So you're a pastor, you're the religious leader. Yeah? So one, not everybody follows a pastor. 2, relationship now comes in. Rights on level 1, relationships on level 2, results on level 3. That's now where you separate the men from the boys, the girls from the ladies. Position 4 is all about reproduction. They want to see how we perform based on your leadership. And of course, level 5, like Abo Sanchez, the peak of the leadership or the influence happens if there's already respect. Rights, relationship, results, reproduction, and then respect. Let me explain to you in one slide. One slide. The 5 levels of leadership from rights, they follow you because they have to. Yun ang boss eh. Yun ang pastor eh. Diba? Naku, magagalit si Dean. Hindi ko sinubmit yung aking assignment o yung aking thesis. Because they have to. Level 2. Because they want to. They want to na. That's why relationship comes in. They want to attend Power Morning. They want to build Power Morning in Bay Area. Because there's already the relationship of maybe previous leaders. That's why you're now encouraged. Yeah? To go back to Happy Garden. You like the leadership of Annie and the customer service of Shirley here. Have to want to is very, very, very different. Especially if you want to serve. Because you want to serve. Time, talent, and treasure. You want to serve. Yeah? Ministry. T-R-Y, try. Mini, M-I-N-I. Inis, I-N-I-S. Kaya ministry is the combination of try, mini, and inis. You want to involve in ministry, you have to. You want to. Not have to. Hindi pilit. Gusto mo. Diba? Even on a holiday. Thank you, Jackie. Even on a holiday. So, 3. Eto na. Production level results because we produce. Ra. Puso. Ayun, Gilas, Pilipinas. Tapos, hindi naman magcha-champion, talo. Hindi, nag-produce. So, nawala yung the fire and the momentum. Because they didn't see the results eh. You might have the position, you might have the permission, but there's no production eh. There's no production anymore. So, fair? This is the way you separate the real leaders. From position, permission, production, to now people development. As early as 15 years in my IT spa company, I've already transitioned the business to my sons. Now they're running the business. So I'm just chairman. So as chairman, so I only get a meal allowance. And I treat the meal allowance to friends like you. Okay. So there's about production, they follow you because they see what you do for them and what you do for the company. Doon na magbabago yung management level natin, Teng, di ba? So, your leader may be supervisor, your leader may be manager, but those already with visions and everything, because they know you can also train the next breed of leaders in the corporation, or in my case, in my generation. So, and of course, the last is pinnacle level. It's about respect. They follow you because of who you are and what you have done for others. That's a pinnacle. That's the peak. So, brothers and sisters, so summarizing John Maxwell from, kaya parang lugi ako sa libro, no? Parang tapos ko agad, I read kasi in pictures. Teng is you can still memorize up to now. But we read and we're in images, diba? We don't read in words. So, not us kasing galing Teng with all what? The Thailand, I remember the Thailand names, everything. You can memorize the whole conference members, right? Ilan yun in a conference? Yeah? But you can memorize. Galing, di ba? So, pinnacle. So one is, we've been there, done that, and you are a leader not because people para bang know what you have, they know that you care. So from developing them, and then been there, done that, who you are, and what you've done for the team or the company. So those are the 5 levels of leadership. So, let me end. Good, better, best. So to the top, you start with good. And what is good? Providing a period of good performance and high returns. So what's better? Better is instilling the elements of leadership in others. And then, at the best, you're already helping others with their own leadership creation styles and now perpetuating your own legacy. As I end, balik tayo kay John Maxwell, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. So, I'm inspired with a poem. I want to see a leader than hear one any day, a leader that would walk with me than merely tell the way. The eyes is a better pupil and more willing than the ear. Management counsel is expensive, confusing, but examples are always clear. A mentee or a subordinate soon can learn to do it. If only he can see it done, he can watch the leader in action because his words are sometimes too fast to run. This Power Morning session I just delivered may be very quick but true. That's why I want to see these lessons applied and reflected to each and every one of you. I thank God for Brother Randy and Brother Bo. They are the true leaders one can be as they guide and lead people to their deeds, truly living the leader's creed. Maraming salamat po. God bless you all.
You are watching ETVN Philippines.
Emmanuel.